It's decided that we'll start living with my parents.
I couldn't believe what I just heard. What the heck are you saying? I exploded everything that I had been holding back and took out my frustration on my husband, Daryl, since I've just had enough, and I could not hold back any more. I don't want to go to your parents' place since they think of me only as their housekeeper. When I said this out loud, my husband turned bright red and argued back.
Shut up! How dare you argue back against me? Do you even have any idea how much I've been compromising here? If you're only going to be selfish like that, then let's get a divorce.
Saying that, my husband had passed the divorce papers to me.
You know, I can divorce you anytime I want to. If you don't like it, then change that crappy attitude of yours. I'm going back to my parents' house for a while, so cool your head.
With these words, my husband left the house. My name is Aaron. I am 28 years old, and I work in a company. I married my husband, Daryl, 1 year ago. I met my husband at a matchmaking party that a friend invited me to. My husband aggressively approached me, and we began to talk a lot. My husband was 3 years older than me and worked for a well-known company, though not a major one. He seemed friendly and sociable, and he didn't seem like a strange person. He is not too handsome, but he looked pretty clean and kept tidy. After a year of going out, we got married. But soon after our marriage, I regretted my decision to marry my husband.
I'm changing jobs.
Excuse me?
The current company has no future.
But it's a good, stable company, right?
I want to be promoted more for my future career.
If you want to get promoted or something, I think it's fine to continue and work at your current company, though.
But, as I said, this company has no future. So even if I get promoted here, there's no point to it, really.
Is that so? But if you do change jobs, your salary will be lower than it is now, right?
Well, it'll be difficult for the first year or so, but don't worry. My income will increase soon.
My husband was so positive and enthusiastic about changing jobs that I had no choice but to accept his decisions. Well, I am also working, and I thought that even if my husband's income dropped a little, we could manage for the time being. But even though I thought I had just married someone with a stable income. However, it is difficult to predict what will happen before marriage. So, for the time being, I will just let it happen and trust my husband. But our issues arose somewhere else as well.
You know, you should go to my parents' place regularly and do the house chores for them.
What? My husband suddenly says that, out of the blue. Why? Is your mother, Nia, not feeling well?
No, not really, but... After all, you're the eldest son's wife, so you have to do these kind of things, you know.
Excuse me? I really couldn't understand Daryl's logic. No, I've never heard of such a thing, though. Besides, I'm working, and I don't have that kind of time, you know.
It would be nice if you could at least go help out with the house chores on the weekends.
Then, when am I supposed to have my actual day off?
Anyway, I've already told Mom, so please just do me a favor this time. I'll also go with you to my parents' place too. Please, help me take care of my parents.
But why should I be the one to do that? And I'll also go with you too? How condescending can Daryl be? I mean, of course Daryl should do that. If he wants to take care of his own parents, then he should be doing that on his own. But with quitting his job and doing a job hunting, I felt that if I confronted my husband too much, I would offend him and make the current situation worse. So I decided to accept his request for the time being. I'm just going to help out once in a while, okay?
Oh, thank you. You really are a good wife, Erin.
I'm not really that happy to be praised like that. I gradually began to regret having married to Daryl. And that feeling became even stronger when I started helping out with the house chores at my in-laws' house. Hello? Oh, thank you for coming over. Well then, please start by cleaning up the bathtub first, okay? Huh? What? You came to help with the house chores, didn't you? Well, yes. But even if that's what I'm here for, normally when we come to visit, you think that Nia would at least have a little chat. Nia made me do this and that as if I was her housekeeper that she hired for free. Well, next is... Nia, can we have lunch soon? Oh, yes, you're right. Then please cook lunch for us. What? With that, Nia would relax in the living room. My father-in-law, Kurt, and my husband were there, too. But Daryl was lying on the floor watching TV and laughing. Wow, he really only just came here. It makes me so angry when I see them relaxing while I'm working so hard. If Daryl was just going to be like this, then I wish that he didn't come here with me. After I finished cooking lunch, my in-laws came to the table. Everyone ate without saying anything about the food and watched TV. I mean, they could have at least given me a little feedback about how it tasted. Cooking for 4 people is a lot of work, you know. But none of the in-laws said anything, not even thanked for the food. And they finished eating and went back to the sofa in front of the TV. After you wash the dishes, please clean the yard. I guess I really am their housekeeper. In the end, from the time we arrived at my in-laws' house in the morning until the evening, I was forced to do all the house chores at my in-laws' house. When my husband yawned on the car ride home, I thought I was going to strangle him. Why the hell was he even tired? He was just lying down and watching TV all day, wasn't he?
Well then, let's go visit them next week, okay?
What? Do I have to go back again this month?
You promised you'd go there regularly. You'll have to go every other week or so to clean the yard and take care of other things around my parents' house. I've been trying to compromise with my parents too, you know. They actually want you to come every week.
No way. I will never go there every week. I'm not your parents' housekeeper, you know. There's no way I could visit them that frequently.
But you promised me. Are you trying to break the promise?
I didn't expect to do such a tremendous amount of house chores, you know.
Then just once a month.
Wow. Daryl's just selfish. And that's endless, huh? But it seemed that my husband would never give in to further arguments. So I agreed to go to my parents-in-law's house to help out with the house chores on the condition that it be done once a month. After that, my frustration with my husband continued to build up. But I didn't want a divorce right away. We had been married less than 6 months at this point. Even though we are husband and wife, we are still strangers to each other. So we need to understand each other and try to work it out and compromise a bit more. I tried to meet my husband's requests as best as I could. But I also tried to speak up when he was being unreasonable. I believe that by speaking up each time, my husband would gradually come to understand my feelings and thoughts. And now 1 year passed since we got married. But the situation did not change much. Rather, I became depressed than before. My husband's salary remained the same. And he was the one who said that his income would increase in no time. And the same goes for helping out at my in-laws' house. My in-laws seem to think it's just normal for me to help them, so they say, "Well, please do it," and even leaves me on my own at their home on a trip. I don't know if it's on purpose, but whenever I go to clean their house, there is always an unbelievable amount of laundry. My husband would say, "I'm staying at home," and he doesn't even come over to my parents-in-law's house anymore when I go there. I felt extremely frustrated and wondered why I had to clean someone's house on my day off when no one was at home. Some might say that if there's no one to watch over you, why don't you just skip it? But when Nia comes home, she checks everything and gets extremely angry if she finds even the slightest thing wrong. My husband is still the same, and my life has not changed one bit, but rather it has gotten worse. When the word divorce began to cross my mind, my husband said something outrageous. "It's decided that we'll start living with my parents. At the earliest, we'll move in with them by the beginning of next month." I couldn't believe what I just heard. Excuse me? What the heck are you saying? "Because that's convenient, isn't it?" Convenient for what? "You can focus on house chores. Plus, you used to help out a lot, so you're used to doing house chores in that house, right? It doesn't cost you rent too, so it's only an advantage." No, it's only a disadvantage for me. I exploded everything that I had been holding back and took out my frustration on my husband, Daryl, since I've just had enough, and I could not hold back anymore. "You are so selfish. You didn't even ask me if I wanted to live with your parents, but you decided it on your own? You don't even listen or try to ask for my opinion? Besides, it's not like I was helping your parents out with the house chores. It's more like I was doing all their house chores for them. I don't want to go to your parents' place since they think of me only as their housekeeper. And what you said about your salary going up is just ridiculous. Who said that your salary would increase in a year? It's not increasing at all. If I continue like this and keep on believing your convenient words, then I can't keep on going on like this anymore." When I said this out loud, my husband turned bright red and argued back. "Shut up! How dare you argue back against me? Do you even have any idea how much I've been compromising here? If you're only going to be selfish like that, then let's get a divorce," Daryl said angrily and left the house. And about 2 hours later, he got back home, but he was smirking at me. "I'm being serious, you know." Saying that, my husband had passed the divorce papers to me. My husband has signed all his parts. I guess it seems like he also showed this to his parents already. "You know, I can divorce you anytime I want to. If you don't like it, then change that crappy attitude of yours. I'm going back to my parents' house for a while, so cool your head." With these words, my husband left the house. I thought to myself, perfect, I'm going to submit this, and immediately went to my parents' house to tell them about it and file the divorce papers. I had been complaining to my parents about my husband and in-laws for some time, so they immediately agreed to the divorce. I decided to pack up my belongings and get ready to leave home. It took me longer than I thought to sort out the things I had bought during my marriage and the things I had bought when I was single. Still, I managed to get everything ready in between while I worked. I temporarily left my belongings at my parents' house and was looking for a room to live alone when my ex-husband suddenly barged in on me at my parents' house. "Hey, what the hell does this note mean?" I mean exactly what it says on the note. Do you not know English? "Stop kidding around.
What do you mean, I submitted the divorce papers? Why did you even do that without my permission?
Without your permission? You're the one who said I can divorce you anytime I want, right?
That was just a threat.
A threat?
You threatened my daughter? Oh, no. It was a figure of speech. Rather than a threat, I was just saying it as my opinion.
My ex-husband is weak against my father. My father is 6 foot tall, very fit and a bodybuilding expert who used to compete in national bodybuilding tournaments. My ex-husband, who is as thin as a bean sprout, would probably be thrown off if my father even touches him.
Anyway, I don't approve of the divorce.
I don't care if you do or not, because our divorce is finalized, so we're strangers now.
Don't be ridiculous. If you're going to get away with that kind of selfish way to get a divorce, I'll go ahead and sign the marriage papers on my own.
I'm not signing anything like that, okay? Besides, if you do that, then I'll lawyer up and sue you.
Sue? What?
I'm going to take you to court, and I'll prove to everyone how condescending and selfish you are, along with your parents on how they treated me, and fight until I get a divorce from you.
No way.
And if you keep on staying here, I'm going to call the police, okay?
Police? Please, don't do that.
My husband left as if he was running away, frightened. Wow, how pathetic can he be? Why did I marry such a person like Daryl? Later on, thanks to my father's presence and the pressure he put on my ex-husband, I was able to receive my share of the property with very favorable terms. In exchange for my ex-husband being able to live in that rental apartment and keep the furniture and appliances in the house, I was entitled to all the savings I had saved since our marriage. Since I was paid better than Daryl, he wasn't happy about the share property being cut in half. So I was glad to have it all for myself. My ex-husband moved back to his parents' house after the divorce, and apparently Nia did hurt her back while cleaning the yard and started forcing him to do the house chores. My ex-husband said,
I don't have my day off. Don't you think that's terrible? Help me out.
And so on, calling me and pressuring me to get back together with him. But I said, this is a good opportunity for you to take care of your parents. Go for it. And I hung up the phone and blocked the calls from him. The other day, I had a chance to work with someone from my ex-husband's former workplace, and I learned a fact about my ex-husband that I never expected. It seems that my ex-husband was not good at his job at all, and he was so useless that even his colleagues were promoted ahead of him. I was convinced that this was why Daryl had changed jobs. It seems that he thought he could get ahead in his career if he went to another company without realizing his lack of ability. He really is a hopeless person. I am sure Daryl will not be able to get any promotion at his current workplace. Well, I don't really care because it is no longer any of my business. On the other hand, I am planning to live at home, save money, and study abroad. After this marriage, I realize that I only get to live once, and if I don't do what I want to do, it will be a loss. First, I would like to study and live in France, which I have always wanted to do. When I look at my savings, I am excited because I feel like I am getting closer to my dream, step by step. I will study French and cherish the time I have every day. Even though I failed at my marriage, my life was just beginning. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in our next video.